Wow, that was my error. So I guess that spirit doesn't want me to wait. I was going to, this is Cosmic Sage, if anyone wonders. I was going to wait it out a little while, but maybe spirit wanted me to bounce in here faster. So I guess we're going to just do this. I know that it has been on delay for a little while. I have a lot of energy around me that has required me to kind of sit and wait it out, but some of you may have wanted this, needed this before now. So if you are here, thank you. If you will be here, thank you. Also, don't forget that the community area is the best way to reach me if you have a question. I am struggling a little bit with my speech because of an injury that I have to my jaw. Some of you might be aware of before. So I do sometimes stutter, and that has nothing to do with any chemicals or anything of this nature, okay? It is just me trying to deal with a physical issue. Don't forget to show the support that you can so that I can keep bringing you videos. I appreciate those of you who do. Some of you really come through, and I appreciate you all. And we are going to work on getting a live stream that will be open to people. The more I see love come through on the videos that I do, right, the more apt that I am able to bring that open again. We're waiting for the energies to clear a bit more, but I think they're doing better. I think things are starting to subside. So we're just going to give it a little time. I have some things around me also that I sort of am not really apt to want to be fully engaged with a lot of people, like reading for people, because then my energy is focused on. So the topic here of this stream, right, is focus, right? So me personal as the reader, I have a lot of say outside influences that are around me that would obfuscate my energy, that would take me off the energy that you need one-to-one when I'm supposed to concentrate on your answer. So that is one issue. The other is for me personally. There are reasons I need to be on my toes. So I am kind of like doing it for these reasons. That's why we don't have live streams. So I just want you to understand that there is a reason. I'm not doing it just to be funny, flighty, what have you. So as I have put in the community area, there are six signs that I have pulled. I pulled 3 and then I spoke on their shadow too. So you might want to read the community poll that I put out this morning. And if you do, please do answer the poll as well. That helped guide me for the direction in which you are most interested in. Also, you can comment below if your potential reading isn't listed. There's something you have in mind. I do have an adult reading in plans in store for the Ninth Door Tarot. It has not yet happened. I've got to find all the cards because I put them in different locations, but that is in store as well. So if that is something you're interested in, please let me know. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and tell you we have Taurus. Now, it is your birthday month, right? I think we are still in Taurus. Happy birthday, all sun Taurus. But everyone Taurus related who resonates, you are the first one that got chosen. The flip is Scorpio. And this is going to be quick and painless. What we have, I hope you all hear me okay. What we have is a rebirth for the Taurus. Now, that was too perfect. So we have a great big butterfly coming out. There might be a lot of things transforming in your world because you may have had a birthday or are having a birthday. And so you are in a renewal, a rebirth, transformation. Now, what I'm seeing here are eyes in the butterfly's wings, okay? And this is the throat chakra. You're speaking from a higher intuition point, you know, your abilities to speak your truth and to find the right words. You're pretty intuitive about what to say. You're healing. You know the direction in which you speak your truth, right? You know the direction of your truth, but you're transforming. Something is new about you. And it is your birthday. You may have purposely done this. This could have been something you just could have happened across. You're asked to focus on that. The transformation you've been working on, the new invention of self, the 47 number may mean something to you. You might be involved in a book. You might be a deep researcher. you are involved with somebody who is a thinking woman, or you are a thinking woman. But the thing is, you have a lot to read and achieve, accomplish based on your wisdom. You also need to speak. So I think you're supposed to impart your wisdom on to others. Taurus, you're asked to cleave to the knowledge you have and add to that, increase it, enhance it, and share it. So you may be a teacher, you want to be a teacher, an instructor, somebody who is going to impart what it is you are able to speak truth on. So it may be wisdom, it may be philosophy, it could be anything. Now you are the Hierophant in the majors. So it could be you're a very spiritual person. So you're supposed to share your insights, because this is your third eye. This is your higher knowing, your higher learning. This is your capability of expressing it through word. So it could be written and it could be spoken, but I think that the color blue is coming out, for me also because of the throat chakra. I think that you're supposed to really dive into what it is you need to speak. So if you're having trouble reaching the truth, you're asked to meditate, maybe get a blue candle, concentrate. Guides are telling me now that if you get a blue candle and you concentrate, or get a blue stone and concentrate on that, you will get the words that you're having trouble with. They are going to come right out. So this rebirth that you're having, we're going to get some tarot for you. It has something to do with a renewal. So you could be somebody who is going to be graduating. You could be somebody who has decided that you have a new path to study. You're asked to concentrate on your lexicon of knowledge, of maybe etymology, like maybe words, maybe I'm not thinking words. What it is I'm thinking of, if it's travel you're thinking of. I don't know where that popped in, but it could be some Tauruses out here. They are planning to travel. Yes, you've invested in something. Long-term success is coming for you. You're asked to keep going. So what it is when it comes to your throat chakra, transformation of yourself, the reinvigoration of your direction of who you are, who you've come to become. So you're on your way. So you're looking, you're planning, you're very patient. They're saying to stay the course. They're saying that, yes, you're in the mode right now of the phoenix rising from the ashes. You're asked, interesting, this is the throat chakra. If you have a question, it is maybe. So it's mutable. It's nothing very powerful. So you didn't ask me a question if you did think of a question that was very powerful. Maybe you need to concentrate. If you have something very concrete you want answers to, you need to concentrate and finesse the way that you ask. Because maybe spirit needs to know that you really mean what you're asking. So it doesn't seem to matter to you enough that your emphasis, so they want you to really work on the throat chakra. That is what I'm getting. But you are asked to re-inspire yourself, reinvigorate, transform yourself. Taurus, you are emerging like a butterfly coming from a cocoon. Like you're coming out of that gestation point and you're breaking out of it. So this new birthday that you have had, if you're a Sun Taurus, it is putting you on the right path. So whatever the case may be, if you resonate with the Taurus energy, this is about rebirth of self. This is about the wisdom you carry. This is about the direction, the mission. And this is what you have come to do. You're just coming in alignment on. So that's what they want you to focus on. We're going to get a little more information for you, for the Taurus people. We have Aquarius, so networking, and we have Pisces. Yeah, networking, and it could be a school, okay, because school of fish, right? Pisces is like a school. And Aquarius is networking and being disciplined. Well, because it's a fixed sign, not because it's a discipline sign, okay? So that would be its sister sign, Capricorn. But my point here is that I think this has to do with education and the network of people that you could look to that would be steadfast in the wisdom that they carry, share, and impart with, and then make friends with these kind of people, a Taurus, a Leo, so a couple fixed signs, like your own sign, right? Scorpio, Pisces, Virgo, and Aquarius. So that's what we have. That's what we have for the Tarian people. Now, again, I come in here today like I was going to wait it out. Spirit wouldn't let me. So since you're the first one out here, I'm just going to say, I don't think there's time to wait anymore. I don't think that the pause button's going to work. I think it's broken. So Taurus, if you are thinking that, oh, I'm going to put that off for one more month, no. Your guides, they're saying, it's not going to happen. This is your time. The spotlight is on you. You need to emerge. The world needs to see you. Expand those wings. You are the butterfly. So your time is now. So I think that's why I was told to just get out here, and I didn't even know that I was ultimately going to go out here without, like the pause. So guess what? You're all getting it cold. I'm not going to take time to really look at anything. It's cold. So Scorpio, you're next. And I wish you the best. Taurus, I think that you have a evolution before you. So it's spiritual and it's guidance in education that also could resonate with your people that you surround yourself with. So like building a group of people who are good for you to enrich your wisdom and your spiritual ingenuity, who it is at the direction, your throat chakra, how you speak your truth, who you're around might help resonate for you as to how you are directing your energy out there for the rest of the world to learn from you, because you are a teacher of some kind. So whether you prescribe to being a teacher, there are people who are going to be in company with you and they're going to learn from you. That is what I have for you. Thank you for those of you that have liked and who've come in. I appreciate you. Okay, Scorpio, you're next. Scorpio, what are you supposed to be concentrating your energy on now? Your luck. I know, that is so weird. Your luck. You're lucky. So Scorpio, if you're feeling kind of blah, like there's things about your life, you're just feeling like it's inadequate, it's not enough, it's not, you're supposed to look at the things you've been lucky, fortunate about. It could be that you have escaped, you're the death card, okay, in the deck, right? You've escaped it many times. There's something about you. You have a tenacity to land on your feet, to survive. There is something about you, your luck. And it could be prosperity. It could be in love. It could be that you didn't fall for something. But Scorpio, you are someone who has great luck and you need to recognize it and appreciate that. So I think they want you to focus on that because maybe you don't notice it enough. Also, it could be that you have a fortress you built around you, so you're protected. You need to realize with this energy, the guides are saying that you have great protection and you're surrounded by beauty. You have a garden, you have a gate. You could be a good gardener. It is the time of year. Maybe you're supposed to be right now tending your garden. So it could be, like if you're a woman, it could be that you just need to put a lot more self-love into you. You could be a man as well. Scorpio, any placement. So it looks to me like the luck could be something that you have imparted with through time that you've given to others. So you touch others. I'm thinking about how gardens, they spread, like you have so many flowers, but they can infect other parts of the garden because they explore, they expand. So maybe your luck rubs off on others. Maybe you have Sagittarius in your chart. What I'm getting here is someone, Scorpio, who is being told that they're lucky and they need to recognize how lucky they are and they need to spread it like an infection. The luck needs to be shared. So you need to recognize whatever capacity your luck has been and embrace that luck, even if it is not money, even if it's not opulence, okay? Whatever it is meant for you. And it could be just that you survived something, you got through something, you learned something that maybe somebody was not advantageous to do in the same situation, and you had luck given to you for that reason. The garden and the gate, it's telling me that the birds, nature, they're around you. They speak to you. So your luck is related to earth energy. You could have a Virgo, you could have a Capricorn, you could have a Taurus, and you could be doing shadow work and you're really in touch with your Taurean side. But the earth energy in your chart, the people that come to you in your world, they're earth signs. They benefit you in some way with luck. So it's a very advantageous thing to have earth energy around you. What else do we have for Scorpio? What are the guides trying to tell them to focus on? Okay, so we have Aries energy and Gemini energy. That's 1 and 3. So maybe it is something that you have missed a step on something. So maybe you get involved in something, you kind of like lose sight of it, lose interest in it, but you pick up and there you are, you're back on path. You don't seem to lose. It's kind of like getting in a video game and or something of this nature, right? And finding that you have amassed some kind of skill and you can go back on it and it's right there where you left it. You didn't lose the skill. It was still there waiting on you. So it's kind of like you miss a step, but it's still there. Other people might have to do remedial courses. This could be school. I don't know. They want you to focus on something you started, something that was brand new, something that you may have made a promise to yourself during the new year. Scorpio, there could have been something during the new year that you promised to yourself that you would do, and it might have been education. There might have been something that you just decided to be patient about. And they're saying that you may have decided to go into denial phase and to put your head in the sand. They're saying that you need to get your head out of the sand and see that things are still waiting for you. Some new beginning. I don't know. Each of you are going to be different. Some new beginning for Scorpio. Is there anything more in that, please? The guides say that you need to remain resilient. We had patience show up before that. So it could be that you are frustrated with some kind of outcome because maybe it's not happening like you want it to. You may want to listen to Taurus because that's your shadow side. You want fast movement. It's not going to happen fast. What it is you want is going to take time. It is going to take patience and precision. Yes, you're still in the middle of transmutation. So if you are trying to manifest something, Scorpio, to come to fruition for yourself, something that you wanted to begin, right? It is taking time. I am telling you something is coming on Saturday and you're supposed to stay agile. Okay, you're supposed to stay agile. You could be going to the gym on Saturday. Maybe you have quit working out. Maybe you started a new program and you have just given up and you need to go back and your muscles need to kind of relearn, but they know because it wasn't so long ago. So they know what to do. They know how to respond. This could be learning retention as well. But you did put some investment into yourself in some way, some new beginning. They want you to, the guides want you to pick up where you left off. Go back as if you didn't leave and try to get back into formation, into path, because that is something that you were really dedicated to when you were involved in it during, say, January or April, whenever your beginning was for this. So it's not a race. They're saying it's not a race. They're telling me that if you have a gym partner or a study partner, somebody that you need to focus with, that you need to speak with them. There's a lot of networking, communication energy here going on. You might work alone mostly, and so it takes a lot of work to ask others. There may be somebody who can give you like the missed paper, the missed study, whatever it is at work or, the gym, whatever it was that you made a declaration to yourself on. Somebody's there and they can catch you up. They can say, hey, listen, this is what you missed. Not a big deal. You just can just get right back into the groove. So if say you got sick, let's just say that you had to hold out your energy because you had to stay home or stay away. It looks like you are not so far behind. Don't give up. It would be more hard on you if you gave up. Leo season, you're going to be shining and happy when it comes to what it is that you have been working so hard to get on path with. And again, I don't really know. I mean, ultimately, I don't really know for Scorpio because you're all different. But I did get the clover and you do have luck. So yes, watch for the 4-leaf clovers. I think those are the lucky ones, right? Watch for those. That is a sign. Luck is on your side. So if you did drop you dropped the gauntlet, you dropped the ball, what have you, whatever it was that you stopped, even if it was making a payment, maybe you need to just get right back on it and don't let things, snowball on you. So your luck is on your side. So just guides are saying, do not let things fester. Get right back at it. You have the tenacity to land on your feet. Think like a cat. That is what I have for Scorpio. And we have Gemini next. Thank you for being here, Scorpio. I appreciate you. We have Gemini next, and we're 10:10 on the YouTube, 12:10, and I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I am back. So Gemini, and then Sagittarius is after Gemini. Okay. So Gemini, what do we have? Okay, so you do have some choices, but it has to do with your growth. And I don't think that choices are about growth. I think choices are about your protection of growth. So this is financial love. I don't know. For every Gemini, it could be different. So we're going to look at some tarot. These are supposed to be quick energy guidance, from your spirit guides, right? So I'm not really diving deep. Everyone has a different direction. You need to know the energies in your chart to know how fully you might be being spoken to. So it could be that you have a few different energies to listen to. Maybe just one will be enough. Maybe none of them will fit, but there'll be other readings coming. So maybe you'll find what you need here. But just relax and listen. If you like what you're hearing, please don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. And definitely don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to see if anyone has been speaking to us. Nope, they haven't. So just remember, there is the opportunity to reach me if you need to reach me via the community over at the poll that I put out. Okay, so what is this growth for Gemini? Can I get a little idea of what this growth is? Okay, it is your capital. It is your wealth. Okay, so you are a very abundant person at this time, or you're working on it. And so, Gemini, I see that you are, if you had a question, your answer is yes. Yes, no question, the answer is yes. You are enriched, especially if you have any earth in your chart, because we have the King of Pentacles here. You are enriched in your growth and your prosperity. It's so much that you're trying to protect it. With the nine, it's the Nine of Swords energy. Actually, not nine. Nine of Wands, not swords, but it's on an oracle deck. So what I'm seeing is that you're trying to protect your assets, what you've amassed. Okay, so the guides are telling you need to look at this a different way. And I don't know what that is. So let me find out. You might want to turn to a Leo or a Pisces for guidance. They might come to you for guidance. You have another yes if you have a question. Okay, so you need to start new. So if you're thinking, this is your guides talking, so it is totally up to you what you do with your, energy. Nothing I say here should be, you don't have to take the advice that I'm given here, okay, to give you. There's something about new. So taking a risk, taking an opportunity at something new. It could be that you need to move your position of where you keep maybe your assets, your money, like a different safe, a different bank. You might want to look into that. If you have a problem already with that, let's just say it's already something you've questioned, okay? Maybe you're guarded about it because you don't trust that facility, okay? But what I have is a new job maybe coming your way. So your focus should be on work and feeling secure in where you put your prosperity, not feeling you need to guard it, protect it. The growth will be protected if you know in your heart of hearts that it is the right choice that you're making. You're in business with the right company. So I see you working something out here, and it could be a new job. What is this for the Gemini energy? Maybe you're going to be gaining massive. Yeah, I think you're going to be gaining. The guides are saying you're going to be gaining massive increase, and you're concerned, and your focus is needing to be on your work, not on where your money goes. So they're saying that you need to focus on the work, the workmanship. They don't want you, the guides don't want you to pay attention to the monetary. You need to protect it, obviously. So do your homework, but you need to be free of your mind space from the worry, the concern. So you need to concentrate on your work. So they're saying if you need to lift the worry, the concern, the guardedness, right, away from where you putting your money, that you need to research the right place so that you can concentrate on your work, because it might be getting in the way, worrying about concentrating on, is it safe? Am I at the right place? Things like this, right? Because your work, it seems to be new, or there is a new job coming, and you need to be certain that you are in business with the right bank or facility that is holding on to your assets so that your work will shine. You can grow, you can flourish. Your growth is where your focus is to be, your stability, your growth. And I'm going to be reading over at Lucky Girl on that topic if that is something of use for you, Gemini. Any placements? Can I get some more information, Gemini? So you have fixed energy, both Taurus and Aquarius showing up. That is networking. Actually, this is banking. This is how you network. So I think that your focus is supposed to be getting something solid so you don't have to worry, so that your concentration will be on work. Because if you don't dedicate your time to work and you don't put out a good product because you're worried, it could disqualify you from achieving the growth you want. So getting that advancement, or the not the advancement. Say you want to grow with the company and you want to get a better job, better title, a pay raise. These things can happen, but you have to concentrate on work and not be worried about details in the background. So they're saying to do your homework, your due diligence. There could be a Taurean or a Aquarius that you can talk to, network with, and or be speak about stability with, and they can help guide you. So your concentration, your focus really needs to be on your workmanship. That is what I have for Gemini. Sagittarius. What do we have for Sagittarius? Just a moment. Okay, Sagittarius, you have intuition. Focus on your intuition. So it could be that you are someone who has had intuition and maybe you haven't been working on it. Maybe you're questioning it. Okay, so you have intuition here. It could be like your shadow side, Gemini. You're kind of bedazzled or concerned, okay, maybe about the prosperity and the more tantalizing parts of material world, right? So the finances, basically, because you also have man holding a coin, so that's about money. 7 is about luck, right? But it's also spiritual. 7 is like the number of God, right? It's a spiritual number related to God. And 43 could mean something to you as well. Cancer, Libra, Gemini energy, these people could be involved. Sagittarius, man holding a coin could be somebody in your life, but it could be you. And you could be masculine. I mean, Sagittarius is masculine energy, okay? So you could be masculine energy, but I'm getting your intuition may be clouded by the material world. That is what I'm getting. So there is something to be said for Sagittarius that the guides are wanting you to, I think, let me get some guidance here. I'm thinking that it's a little about stripping yourself. It's kind of like id and ego, right? Stripping yourself from, yes, okay, you need to concentrate more on love. Maybe you've been more concerned about prosperity and abundance and stability, which I'll be doing the reading out, lucky girl. So please keep informed on that if you need that reading. But love is something that you need to be embracing right now. So it's love of self, self-love, right? That is obviously important because Sagittarius, if you don't do self-love, you can't love either others or the world of mass, like, because, as an entity that is spiritual, you want to love the world, right? So in a one-to-one situation or a familial situation, maybe you want love in your life, maybe love is not in your life yet and you want to welcome it in. It is time to step back and focus more on your intuition. The focus is about your intuition and to kind of not embrace the prosperity side of life as much as the tangible can be a person, it can be a pet, it can be nature. So your love, I think that they're asking you not to concentrate on finances, money. I know that stability is important. But maybe what they're saying here is that it will come. Your stability, if you're waiting on it, if you're worried about that, your intuition comes first. It will be key to getting the finances you may need so richly, are deserving of. So there may be a long-term commitment you need to concentrate on, Sagittarius. So they're saying that your intuition is connected to your love with a long-term partner, possibly, maybe when you're wanting. So it is time for you to embrace romance. It is time for you to face the heart center based on the green color, which it can embody prosperity as well as heart. Okay, so get a green gemstone, get a green candle, light a green candle and say a mantra. Speak your wishes, your feelings, but open and engage your intuition, because your intuition is the key. It's the fundamental part of this focus that the guides are speaking on right here. So they're saying that your intuition will need to pop open. So if you are having trouble with your third eye, if you're having problems knowing, trusting, because you've been through some maybe conflict, trusting your own innate ability to know, yes, you could have got caught up in some 7 of Cups energy. Other people could have come in and confused you, chaos energy, right? And or you might have had an addiction. You didn't have to, but you could have. You could have got caught up in passion. Something might have taken you out of your intuition, so you don't fully trust it at this time. You need to split apart the material versus the non-material part of life. So I would say that Gemini energy may be applicable for you to hear because that is your shadow and it is sort of resonating here for me as a reader. The two seem to connect. You have daisies here, you have roses here. It's romance, yes, and then we have legacy showing up. Can we get a little more for Sagittarius? Your intuition is where you need to focus. And it's something about your nurturing side. We have Cancer and we have Libra. Balance again. So balancing your feminine and your well, I almost said negative. Okay, your negative and your positive, your yin and your yang within, your masculine and feminine within, because we all have them both. This is balancing. And if you are someone who wants to be a mother, or you are a mother, your intuition related with your child, and if this is about a partnership that's long term or one you want, it is about looking at yourself inwardly, knowing intuitively what needs to be optimized to embrace and bring and enrich what love it is you want to balance out with. There could be a Libra or a Cancer that you're inclined to love, be in love with, or they can guide you, help you. They're part of the intuition journey you have. This looks to me like the guides are saying, if you had a question, you have a yes here. Okay, yes, no, you have a yes here. The guides are saying to remember to self-love yourself. Okay, so your intuition is spot on, but loving yourself will help enrich that intuition. So if you've dropped the ball on you, it will bring a closer bond with that in which is the person you want in your orbit, the person you want to embrace, the person you love, and or the person you will, if you don't know them, you will bring in, you will manifest, because you're carrying on you. Your intuition is about your heart. So there is a third eye connection to the heart chakra here. So you're asked to be innately in tune with what those surrounding you or those that will surround you will need when it's in terms of love. Say it's a love letter, say it's a song. You will intuitively connect to your heart to have this. It seems to be your intuition, they are saying, is what you strongly need to look to. Could be that you started to doubt yourself somewhere when it comes to love. It could be that you took a bite of an apple, temptation, and that threw you off course. But you're asked to trust your intuition because you still are the person who is, you're very introspective. So you may have been coming out of hermit energy as of recent. And so that is the reason maybe why you're feeling intrepid with your intuition, because you're used to being a mano a mano. In other words, looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I'm okay with me. I'm here with me. When I go out there, outside to the world, how is my intuition working? So the guides are saying they're inviting you to balance out your intuition and remember that you're working with others as well as self. And so if you've been hermiting for a while, Sagittarius, it is time to work with the balance within and out. So all facets of self. So dealing with the mirror, which is the other, the people who are outside of your orbit, people you may not know very well, but people who maybe you want to harness into your world because you want to fall in love, or you are in love, but maybe things aren't working. But your intuition is the key. That is where they want you to focus. The two are connected. Don't forget that. The green energy is what I have for you. But the two are connected. Your pineal gland, that's the third eye, and your heart. So for your intuition, those two areas, they want you to focus. That is what I see for Sag. We have two more that I pulled here. Now, I am not going to read for the last 6 signs because I didn't pull on them and I haven't seen anybody say anything. So, well, I will do the other 6 if I see. I might just pull generic energy for collective people who come through, right? But if I see the thumbs up reach 20, it's at 11 now. If it reaches 20, that will be a boondoggle for me to keep going. And I know that seems like a lot, and I might not even be getting that many people here. I don't know. But you can as well, if you're interested, you can as well comment to me what sign you would like me to do this on if you have a specific that's not already been read. So the area in which you'll want to go to is the poll over at the community. And thank you to those of you who have subscribed. I appreciate you so much. And thank you. The ones that have liked, I do appreciate you. And let me see. I'm going to have to log in to see if it lets me look at the votes we have. I will report those to you in case you're curious. So again, Lucky Girl Tarot is going to have, hello and welcome, the Queen of the Gram. I guess that means that you're all over Instagram. Okay, so what we have here, okay, so we have 4 votes. So everybody is interested in prosperity, finance. Okay, so that is good because that is coming at Lucky Girl. So that is our next reading, and it has been planned. So we are also implementing a formula that might be at that channel. It has already been pre-planned, but I may bring consistent information on that energy because this is a time where, specifically in the USA, but I think it's precarious everywhere, where prosperity, we're not about being greedy, right? But about being secure, having stability. That is necessary for all humans in this lifetime. So that is something that I may be concentrating on over there. So look, when it comes to things, I'm not talking opulence. I'm not talking about winning, big. I'm talking about just what it is. And yeah, I will report if I do read something big, right? But that isn't what it's about. It's just about how enriched is your life going to be. When are you going to have that answer when it comes to receiving, say, X, Y, or Z kind of monetary that will help you like get by in life, right? That kind of thing. Okay. So it is going to be necessary for some and maybe just fun for others. So here we go. So now we are going to read Aquarius. Aquarius, what do the guides want you to concentrate on? Okay, so Aquarius, this is a biggie. You're the only one of the 6 that I got that got a heavy one. Now, it's not necessarily heavy. I just want you to understand that when I'm telling you that protection is the key, okay, protection is the key. You are protected, but they want you to up your game. You need to, if you have gemstones, whatever it is you use, right? I have a focus here on gemstones. You need to change it up. You need to cleanse. So if you use a salt formula or if you use the moon or the sun to cleanse your gems, or that could be what it is. It could be that you need to put them out. You might need to change up. There's a reader that I listened to who actually did inform her listeners that she changed things. She resonates more with the sun than she does with the moon. And the gemstones they take to the cleansing in the sun better than the moon. Now, I do know that some gemstones may not work with the sun energy as they would the moon. And you're not supposed to use the sun on every single, I believe, vessel, but I'm not sure. So I'll let you, that's your homework, okay? This is any Aquarius, but your protection. Gemstones are denoted here quite strongly. And we also have open doors. So there are adjacent possibilities for you. These are open doors that you may need to be privy of, aware of, okay? Because by protecting yourself from the darker, denser energy that could come through those doors, sounds like I said drawers, I'm sorry, those doors, you need to make sure that only the purified energy comes through. We have white light just shining so strongly. So I'm getting selenite, I'm getting even moonstone, because I was just talking about the moon, maybe moonstone, opals, the white and the clear energies, crystals, clear crystal quartz. These are gemstones that maybe they're not necessarily protection, but you can adorn them with the protective gemstones. They may be the ones to help harness the clarity you need to define, discern what is right for you. So a clarifying factor that you need to look to guide you to which door to take, which opportunity is yours. This is giving 7 of Cups energy. The guides are saying that you need to know and have great discernment that you are protected, but to keep it in concession. What is it? The word? No. They want you to keep your attunement in check. That's what they're saying. The attunement in check. We have number 24. The 24th of the month could be key for you. The 31st is going to be a full moon. Okay, the 16th is the new moon. Aquarius, I think that you need to work with the moons, because I was talking sun and moon here. So what I'm getting for you, Aquarius, is you have opportunities coming, and they're going to come from even different locations you wouldn't even think. Like there could be like escape hatches, there could be like skylights, there could be just a plentiful of arrays of doors that you have no idea. So you don't know from one moment to the next. That's why you need to be on your toes. You need to know that you're protected, but you need to up your game so that only the right things will open to you, that you won't be lured into the wrong direction. So the guides are saying to just fine tune, because you're going to have so many potentials, but not all of them are going to be, like I'm getting the words razzle dazzle. Some of them are going to be there to tell you, hey, listen, it's kind of like Alice in Wonderland, drink me. She has all these things she goes into, and not the wizard, the wonderful wizard. No. Now I want to do Dorothy. She goes down into that rabbit hole, and she finds all these characters and all these things, all these signs. But you are going to have razor sharp clarity here. That is what the takeaway here is for you. So you are asked to up your game on your protection, because you might come across characters that will lure you on paths you would not otherwise go for. So that's what I'm getting. Let's see what else we can get for the Aquarius. Any placements? We have double Scorpio. Ouch. Double. I'm thinking the pinchers. I'm thinking, the sting, not the pinchers. That's a Cancer. Okay, so that's fixed energy. So you need to be affixed to your formula. You need to plan and plot. Also, there's darkness, there's black energy associated with Scorpio. It's dark, it's dense, it's heavy, it's powerful. This is the protection you have on you, but you need to cloak yourself in Scorpio energy. That's what they're saying to me. Aquarius, it's a fixed sign like yourself. But what I'm getting here, a lot of times when I think of Scorpio, I hear spidey sense, because spider is also scorpionic, Plutonian. So I'm getting Aquarius, this is going to be very transmuting, the direction you take. Your protection is for the path that is meant for you. They're saying to focus on the right door. There is a path that only you are supposed to enter. It is protected, but you have to know not to waste your time on the wrong ones. That is what they're saying. Because when you think about how Scorpio is, they're deliberate. Scorpios are people who, they generally are razor focused, or their obsession, they get stuck on something. They know when they're stuck on something. So I'm getting energy of, and it could be that you do identify with Scorpio in your chart. It could be that you have guides that operate in the dark regions, like you have a couple like hooded beings that are your go-to guides, and that they're standing here on either side, and they're trying to facilitate the message through me to you that you are protected. This is severe. The pinchers, the darkness, the hoods, there's no getting through them. You have a path ahead, and that one door is protected, but don't get caught up in other opportunity, because I'm getting like charlatans, and I'm thinking along the lines of Alice in Wonderland. You have all kinds of things that are going to happen down there in the rabbit hole. So you need to concentrate on that one door. You are protected. You have massive protection, but you need to also finesse, re-implement, cleanse your gemstones and yourself. Keep yourself pristine. So that one doorway is yours. Now, 24 could mean something to you. 6 could mean something to you. Maybe something happened on the 6th of this month. Something is going to happen on one of these dates, 24 or 6. And maybe you've been on your path since 2024. but the door you're looking for is your focus. Okay, that is your focus with your protection. So speak to your guides, let them know that you know they're there, and ask them to help make sure that you make it to the right door. Can I get a little insight as to timing, if there is any, for Aquarius? Aquarius, that door it could open for you in 7 days or 7 weeks. Okay, Libra energy here for you as well. So going into Scorpio, so double Scorpio. So there is a serious Scorpio energy here. Now this could be the Scorpio moon, full or new. That could be very significant for you coming. Actually, I don't think it would be new. I think it'd be full, because I think it would be during that month. So I'll let you apply that how you need to. So look to your chart if you're able to. But Scorpio is intricate here, and I think that these are your guides talking. They're saying that they're very strong. There's no getting through them. And that is what I have. So your focus should be on the protection and guidance to the one door, though there'll be many ahead. That is for Aquarius. Thank you for being here. And thank you for your support. I appreciate you. Okay, Leo, that leaves you. I had 6, and I'm not getting to 20. That's okay. We'll have a reading that will resonate with others. Maybe I'm going to just kind of shoot them out in a minute. I will just kind of spitball what kinds of, yes, I will be the tarot reader that will spitball the kind of readings you might be interested in. So we're going to do Leo now. Leo, you need to concentrate on forgiveness. Your focus needs to be about forgiveness. The guides were being kind of obvious to me when I pulled for you. And the guides were saying your focus hasn't been enough on forgiveness. The reason I know this is because there's 2 varying decks here. One is small, and that's the focus. The larger one is the one that might kind of get in the way or be the goal that you might have. But the focus is why you're not acquiring what thing you want that's bigger, right? So it's in your way. So your focus has been on, and you have not been paying attention to, forgiveness. Now, they're saying it is in either self, each of you are different, or it is in another. The heart, I think, is a flutter in a big way, or it's maddening. It's angry energy, maybe volatile or hurtful energy, because the green candle I had, it just started bursting out and going all over the place. And that's telling me that there's some volatility connected to this forgiveness. So what it is in the way of, if you don't acquire the forgiveness, if you don't work on the forgiveness, right? So you have to either get it from somebody or give it to somebody, or it could be yourself. Okay, so every Leo is different. It could be a Pisces. It could be. So this person and you and or yourself is needing to look to how the 2 of you showed up. If it's you, then you'll need to look at your shadow side. So what was the deeper reason you did this or that to yourself? You put yourself into that situation. If it's another person, why did you do this to them? Why did they do this to you? You need to look to a way of forgiving, because what is in the way, or what is this forgiveness that's not healed right now in the way of your cornucopia. That is your prosperity. That is your everything. Now, it could be a twin flame. It does not have to be. If you prescribe to that, it could be a new home. There is something very enriching that you are right now not benefiting from. So the words are lost. So you might want to look to the Taurean energy that I read earlier, because the throat chakra could be at play here. I'm stammering a bit there. So it could be the blue energy. You might need to light a blue candle and try to work on your throat chakra. But what I'm seeing here is a Leo. So it doesn't have to be all Leos. Now you might want to listen to the other 6 signs if you need to. Go right ahead. A Leo that is here, or will be, has so much benefit on the other side of this forgiveness. So it's almost like a karma situation, maybe. So maybe you need to forgive somebody that you had a karmic lesson with, somebody that you went through some kind of trials and tribulations with, so that you can move on to a more enriching, say, maybe twin or something ship. Like if you are a divine counterpart to somebody and you prescribe to that, you may very literally need to clear this by forgiving self, forgiving the other. So once you work on that, the guides are saying that you will be enriched in ways that you had not had. Yeah, and I got the world too. The world will open up to you. You will have so much. Your story will then have like new pages, and then you can like write your story, a brand new story, right? Leo, I think that your forgiveness is utmost important. That is where your focus needs to be. This could be mother wounding. This could be your child. You could be needing to forgive your mother. And Taurus energy, it could be somebody you were married to as well. You could have these in your chart. Leo, it could be that your financial situation, your credit report, your abundance, this could be something that you need to heal heart matters so that the other green sector can flow. So you might be somebody who wants to have a cat. I had cat lady come out just now. You might want to have a cat. Maybe you need to forgive somebody about a cat or forgive yourself about a cat. Maybe you had to make a choice, and I'm so sorry if you did. There was drama, something in your situation. Maybe you lost a cat. I'm not sure, but you are the Leo. Okay, so I think you are processing some kind of loss. It could be you lost a cat, and I'm so sorry. My heart goes out to you if you did, because that was a different card. So what more can we give, Leo? So we have April and May. So we're still in May. Something has happened. You have a homecoming and or a balance coming in, a twin, something related to new opulence, finances, prosperity, abundance, if you are to focus on the forgiveness. So I think some of the Leos here, it is forgiveness in self. Could be that you had to get a divorce. Maybe they took the favorite, the fur babe, okay? Maybe they took the fur babe and you were brokenhearted over that. But you're asked to forgive the situation, or maybe you had to, and they're heartbroken because they didn't get the fur babe. I don't know. I mean, I'm not reaching. I'm just like looking at what they gave me. So it could be for someone. It doesn't have to be for you. But what I am having show up here is nurturing is key here. And it shows up with forgiveness. So I think you need to work on nurturing yourself. And if you do have a pet that has had to go without, say, the other person who they know, the pet could be forlorn now because they're used to having both of you. So there's that. You might need to work on trying to heal the situation for the other, not just you. Forgiveness is a necessary thing right now. They're asking you to concentrate your focus on forgiveness. So whoever or whatever that embodies, that is for you, Leo. Any placements, that is what I see for you. So we're going to just kind of throw some dice and see who we're going to read on. And we're going to get some cold energy here. Cold, when I say that, I don't have time to really concentrate on it very long. We'll just get what we can. So who is next? Let's get somebody we haven't read yet. Can we get somebody we haven't read yet? Okay, we got two. We got Virgo and we got Libra. So Virgo, what does Virgo need to focus on? What do the guides feel that Virgo needs to focus on? Your reflection. Okay, this is how you show up to another person. This could be a glow up. If you're concentrating on a glow up, they want you to concentrate on yourself and how you're seen by others. For Virgo. Yeah, you could be coming out of some kind of heartbreak. And so you're reinventing yourself at this time. They want you to reflect and they want you to be carefree. They don't want you to worry about some kind of pessimism because you're a Virgo about yourself. They want you to accept natural flaws that you have, or a scar you might have acquired in life that has a story to it. So you're asked to focus on how you show yourself to the world, how you're seen. And if you have a glow up coming, you're asked to look at that. It could be that you have personality issues that you want to work on, that you're rediscovering yourself inwardly, and that you're working on the shadow. You're reflecting things that are from within, and you're looking at them, examining them, and trying to pursue how to mold yourself, to fix yourself. How do you want to be seen by the world? And your guides are saying, just reflect, just look, just observe, decide what it is about you that others are seeing or they've told you they see. But you're being pessimistic. You need to see the good things. You need to see a new beginning in yourself. Virgo, you may have been in chaotic energy. You may have been a hot mess for a minute. You're coming out of that. You're coming out of that. There's a glow up on the way. You're asked to not be insecure. It looks like you're coming out of some insecurities. It could be leading from the pessimism you might have been feeling, encapsulate within maybe a breakup you had. Maybe somebody said some mean, cold, harsh things. And maybe it's your personality that is making transformation, not your looks. Maybe there is something about your personality that is taking a change. It's modifying because somebody pointed something out that was hard, and or you looked too hard in the mirror at self and you said, listen, I want to work on this part of myself. But you are asked to not be too difficult or cruel to yourself because pessimism can wear on the psyche. So the focus is to reflect, but gently reflect. That is what I'm getting for you, Virgo. How about Libra? What is Libra supposed to focus on? What are the guides telling Libra to focus on at this time? Wisdom. Libra, you might be a cusp Scorpio. That one really resonates with this. Your wisdom. Your wisdom is where you need to be focused at this time. You need to be open to new wisdom, seeing things differently. Just because you're Libra, your wisdom, your brand of wisdom may not be like others, but you need to be open to receive new things to add to your lexicon of intel. Okay. With the Four of Cups, it's saying that somebody's offering you wisdom, but you're closed off to it. And with the Hangman coming out too, they're saying that you need to see this differently. Don't see it as though you have to prescribe the same way as the person telling you it, but you can take it under your tutelage and add it to what you have or how you want to apply it, because it's still useful at some point. Maybe not now. There'll be a day that intel will be important to you. This is the wisdom focus card here. So this is telling me that Libra, to be wise, you have to be open. You have to be engaged. You can't be closed off. You can't shut out. You can't say to others or even to yourself, no, I'm not going to hear them. I don't want to know that, because one day that information is going to be wisdom. That is what I'm seeing here for you. And who do we have? So we had two people take away their thumbs up. Okay, that's fine. Thanks so much. I see what we're dealing with here. Okay, so maybe we do have a Libra that didn't like what they heard. Maybe it was Libra. I don't know. That's what we had though. Okay, so now, and I'm not going to go full on everybody right here, because I do need, though it isn't the same audience of participation, I do need to hear from people if they want to express interest. So we're going to get Cancer because we had a request. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Cherry, for that request. What do we have for Cherry to focus on, please? What does Cherry need to focus on? But this is not Cherry. Actually, this is Cancer. Thank you, Cherry. What does Cancer need to focus on? Blessings. Related to Turian energy, there's blessings coming in for you during this season. It could be financial. It could be spiritual. Can I get a little more on that? This is for Cancer. You have Leo and Taurus energy. So there's some kind of happiness. There could be financial and spiritual information coming for you. Maybe there'll be a benefit coming financially, prosperity coming your way. Maybe during the Taurian season. For Cancer, there could be a message of love coming from somebody. Also, for Cancer, it could be that you're at a crossroads, but you're at a crossroads. That's a blessing. Maybe there is a fork in the road ahead. Maybe there's an accident you want to avoid. Your guides don't want you to be on the same track with the accident, so they're going to derail you. They're going to detour you. They're going to put you on a new path. So you could have two, say, arteries to take in traffic, and that's just kind of an idea here, or two ideas, two people. Something could happen. You anticipate, but you're asked to trust the block that you may be experiencing if you do during this month, May, going into next June, to the end of Taurus, right? This could happen in Leo season as well if it's not happening. But yeah, and then you got the 7 of Cups in reverse. So I see that they all need to spill out for you to see what's really in them. Because after this block, you're going to see the blessings. You're going to see the things that you were being detoured from. So this is the blessing you have, either in Taurus or Leo season. And it could be that there's a hiccup in between. So it's these two energy times. If you had a question, it was maybe. So Cancer, you're asked to look at your solar plexus for your confidence, to grow your confidence. Your blessings are coming in, but you're going to be blocked. This is similar to the read I had for Aquarius. So you may want to listen to parts of Aquarius. That is what I'm getting. Okay, so some of the readings that I'm just going to probably just like let this go because we had Cancer from Cherry. Thank you, Cherry, for doing that. We did a few extras, so I think we touched almost every sign. We didn't get everybody, but if not everybody's showing, that's okay. Maybe not every sign does have an interest in this channel or comes to this channel. This is Cosmic Sage. I do appreciate all of those that have shown love, and I see only 8 have stuck it out. Looks like about 4 or 5 of you may have taken back your likes, so that is okay. You know what? You're not going to like everything I do, and maybe you are a hater, but there is no room for haters here. But you are helping the algorithm even if you do take the like away. Hope you understand that. So kick rocks and be gone. Thank you so much. I am not going to be here for people who are haters. So they might need another kind of channel for their intel that they're looking for. But what I am going to say is I didn't put in the poll who is living rent-free in your head. That is when a lot of people often like the you versus them. It doesn't have to be love. It could be a competitor. So please let me know in the comments on the message board if these should be applicable to your interest, okay? Also, who is getting readings on you? I have in the poll. If that is any kind of curiosity to you, who is getting readings on you, and what is the reader? If you want me to be specific, what is the reader telling them? And what is the tea on you? Like, what is the gossip on you? Is that a read that you would like to hear here? Are you looking for more spiritual guidance? Are you looking for something like what we just did here? Not everyone's going to clue in with this. This is more spiritual. This is more where you need to focus. And not everyone is about the growth. Not everyone is about looking at the details that are related to, say, not love, not money, right? But we are going to do the prosperity reading at Lucky Girl. That is the plan. So if you haven't subscribed over there, please do. Because as you may know, it's been on hiatus a little while. And there are specific energies, and I will do all signs. That won't be like this one. This one was more of who is interested in showing up, but I did kind of touch on all signs here. But I appreciate you if you did show up and you liked. Of course, if you don't truly feel inherently attracted to the readings, I understand. But please speak with me through the community, and we will. I'm thinking that if Lucky Girl brings in enough attention, we may go live stream with chat enabled. You heard me right. So please do check out the message board over there. Subscribe if you aren't already. And this is Cosmic Sage. I think I'm going to leave this here. I hope that you're doing well. You're protecting yourself, and yeah. So the reading was based on what the guides see. In case you wonder what this reading was, what the guides see you need to focus on, and that is what we got. I did not fully go on to reading any tarot, but I gave some energies, and we can like look at this deeper if anyone needs it, if anyone wants other signs, or if you need something to be more enhanced. That was already brought up. So be well, everyone. Cosmic Sage, and I'm out for now. Be well. Talk to you later.